Hi, I'm Peachy.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
Are you just the voice in the corner today?
I am just a voice in the corner today. I've been replaced by a 360 camera to show off Peachy's cool.
Not just mine.
Necromunda gangs.
Oh,
Everybody.
Yeah, but they are cool though. Yeah. So, how did everyone's Christmas go?
Good. It was lots of Lego, lots of cars, and that was just me.
We hope you had a lovely Christmas at home. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you all.
I've got questions. What was your Christmas meat?
What?
What was your Christmas meat?
I went to a little location in Spondon. We meet every year.
It was called Esteban.
We meet every year naked in the snows of Spondon, just by the hedgerow.
Do you know what? It's only one county over, and your traditions up there are just a bit weird.
My Christmas meat was turkey.
Yeah. What was yours?
My dad's wife cooked.
I might say your dad's wife.
I can't.
Again, Cumbria. They do it their own way.
No. My dad lives in Burnley and watches these as well. So,
Sorry, Dad.
Karen cooked a lovely turkey.
Oh,
nice. My
Nice.
dad cooked a very nice ham. So I had lots of meat.
Mm.
We had reindeer.
You had reindeer?
Yeah,
Was
we
it
always
rude
like to
to
make
kill him?
We always make to make sure that big white beard
Heretic.
doesn't go away with as many as he turns up, whether he could turn that on.
Is the carrot laced with drugs?
No, he just shoot one out the sky as he's leaving.
There's sniper skills coming in handy.
Yeah.
I just camp out on
Just
the
this
next
go,
house roof.
give him about 25 kids spot, binoculars. Give him about 50 meters, and bang, there we go.
Imagine the kid just looking out the window hoping to see like Rudolph's red nose. He just sees the head turn to red mist instead. Nice.
I'm just plummeting to the ground with a rainbow behind it.
I'm just looking at myself now on the camera there, and I look like a hobbit in comparison to you. I think this seat is a lot lower than normal.
You can sit up if you want.
I mean, I will. I can do that then. I
Yeah,
can sit.
yeah. I'll adjust your
It's
camera.
funny that you say you look like a hobbit when somebody actually in the comments once said I actually look like a Tolkien dwarf.
Well, the hobbits are slightly smaller than dwarfs, so that fits. Perfect. Hey, Gimli.
Hey up.
I'm Baldwin. Baldwin took. Baldwin.
Oh, it's gone off to a bad start.
It has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I did have another email off another German person.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah,
is this
yeah.
about our
have they
dialect?
got a double letter? In the name?
No, he's called Patrick.
Nice. Hi, Pat.
And he said, "Hi there, my name is Patrick. And following your last episode, Curse City, I had to reach out and tell you how much I enjoyed your work so far. You mentioned a German fellow by the name of Philip and his struggles to grasp your accents, and it's precisely for that reason that I look forward to each and every new episode you post."
Great.
Yeah, and he said how he went to Warwick University.
Good university, Warren.
Yeah,
Wow.
on an exchange program from Cologne.
Cologne.
Sorry, Cologne. And yeah, he's put down. He said that he misses random cashier ladies calling him love, and he's even spelled that LUV.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So
Nice.
snooker at university, British music and culture, Indian food, crumpets. Nuff said.
Yeah. This man is virtually just British, isn't he?
He's got the lingo down. He's got the lingo down.
Yeah. British television. What's the name of that very low budget show where people have to solve maths equations in front of a giant clock? Which I believe in Germany is just called Letters and Numbers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Straight to the point as always.
Yeah. So thank you very much. From one Patrick to another. We appreciate you.
That's a lovely message.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it'll be at this only right and proper at this point as well to thank all of our patrons so far that have joined the channel recently and those that have stuck with us through hard times and fun times.
Yeah.
And as Pat has already done, anyone that has joined the raffle, there has been some people that have won prizes, and they are being posted today, tomorrow.
It's bank holiday today, so
Yeah, of course it's a bank holiday.
try and post them tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yep.
so they're all sorted. Everyone that we've contacted is now aware that they've won a raffle. Speaking of which, we're gonna do another. We're gonna do another.
We have some
generous for our own good.
we have some amazing prizes.
We do. Well, we're gonna start off small. We'll build our way up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be giving away the commemorative series, Inquisitor Erasmus Carter Vol.
I think this did Did this place number 3 in miniature of the year?
Oh,
Did it?
I think.
Oh,
it's very nice. I've got
I
2.
realise I've
two.
with all
We
the
need
Christmas
2.
mayhem. I think I missed miniatures of the year. What won it?
Eldar dude. Avatar Kane.
He's quite chunky.
And then I think Azrak the Annihilator was second, and then the Inquisitor was third.
Azrak the Annihilator was second.
I believe so.
Interesting.
I believe so.
I mean,
didn't
he's
a
pretty
really
cool.
good, didn't a really cool channel give one of them away only a few weeks ago?
I believe so.
I think they
Well, they're not giving it away yet, but it's,
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's on the way.
It's just
wait
just to your left. Yeah, yeah.
waiting. Next up, we have an airbrush, coat of paint airbrush.
Evolution.
Harder and Steinbach. Beck.
So yeah, you can win an airbrush. All you have to do
Not
is
All right.
be one of our patrons, and you
Yeah.
automatically enters.
Yeah, or join. And we're going to give that away as well.
Oh,
Got it right.
QVC will be on the phone.
Desecrator. So yeah, a few gifts to give away. All you need to do is join or be an existing patron. So if you're watching this on YouTube, just join our Patreon.
Yeah, we'll
And
join
you
this
need
draw this on January 31st.
Yeah, nice. Oh,
So plenty of time.
I think I might join the
I'm
Patreon.
just thinking about it.
I'm not sure what. I don't want Erasmus because I've got 2, but won't mind an airbrush.
That's
Just buy one each. Just buy one. So
I have 2, so
you do.
So
I'm just
you
going
can
to
just have one of them.
So you can dual wield, right? You're
Yes,
gunfighter.
yes. I can prime twice as fast
Exactly.
in the warmth.
In the warmth, yeah, and not outside in the cold. That's what
Exactly.
I've experienced many times.
Oh,
Yeah.
indeed.
So I'm going to do a bit of hobby as well as talk stuff.
We are indeed.
We are talking about doing Necromunda as a campaign. I'm calling it season 1. That opens it up for more seasons down the line potentially. To Pat's dismay, no more.
No, I think if we do seasons, we can turn it into like a cheesy Warhammer soap opera.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be
With like one of my characters, and like, and well, I don't know, one of yours, and you're like, you're not my mother. Oh, yes, I am.
And we need a nice dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun at the end, and then just go to credits.
Yeah.
While we're on that subject, actually, you've built stuff. You're building
I'm
stuff.
building
I've
stuff.
built stuff and painting stuff.
Yeah.
So you opted for Delac. Where
I did
watching the show knows. And you've got an idea of names and themes.
Yes, I'm going to go with, because they're information brokers, I was going to go with everyone having a different variant name for a ghost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then you said the name of your...
Oh no, but mine's you could
Yes,
still
but
go
I
with
thought, no,
ghosts.
but I thought, no, I won't stop on the mighty man's toes. So I'm going to go with, because they're information brokers and they're sneaky, all of my Delac will have a name of a famous spy, be it
Nice.
real or fictitious.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm going to
Yeah,
go with.
yeah.
So,
Is one going to be called Austin?
yeah, the one that just constantly never hits anything.
Yeah. I like it. Good, good. That is good. And you, as the 360 may well be showing, is you have a spiker as well that
I
you
do,
win.
yeah, I have a spiker, which I was quite pleased about, because I fell in love with the model even when I had no interest whatsoever of doing Necromunda, and I was mainly thinking about him being a psyker for my Gene Stealer cult.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then when we done the Delac, and I thought, I never really kept up on whether it was being released, and I looked on Games Workshop page, which is a thing. How annoying is it that if you're new to Necromunda, you have to try and figure out the fact that Necromunda lives in 2 different websites?
Yeah.
So
You get resin and plastic on Forge World,
World,
but you
and
just get the plastic. Yeah.
the boxes are on Games Workshop. So I thought, I'd never seen anything of that. And then I thought, have a look in Forge World. Lo and behold, there he was. I gave Forge World a little call, and I said, have you still got one? They went, yeah, we've got one left. I was like, don't sell it. So
Nice.
I broke the speed limit,
Yeah.
driving up there one evening after...
He didn't.
After,
He didn't.
No, I didn't. I drive a van. I don't break a speed limit very often. Drove up there, and lo and behold, the
Yeah.
guys had put my name on it and kept it behind.
Nice. I can't wait to see him painted.
I know.
Have you got a thing for colour yet?
I don't know. I can't make my mind up between going with the sort of battered leather brown jackets that is sort of synonymous with them from photographs, or I'm giving real thought to, which is 2 colours I really love together. I'm really giving thought to black leather jackets and offset red.
Nice. Yeah.
So I always think looks great together.
Make them look like flashes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Just like they're just naked under all those big cloaks and just go and flash themselves at poor green hivers around the underhide.
Well, not completely naked. They do it the way that we've all been trained: is cut down trousers to the knee.
You say we've been trained.
So it's like you're wearing thigh-high boots.
Yeah, well, you've
But
got
they're
trousers.
jeans.
Trousers with a bit of cord, and then your shoes, because you don't want to look like if you're in a trench coat and then you've got bare legs. And
Yeah, everybody
you
knows
look like you're a
immediately.
black
Yeah.
Too much thought into this.
Thankfully, that's all it is. It's just thought.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about what you're wearing right now. So Pat, you got ideas. I love the concept of yours. It tickles me.
Well,
Tickles the wife too.
oh dear. So I'm doing corpse grinders.
Good website.
It's a fantastic website. I need to.
I forgot about that joke.
Is it a joke? It's true.
Well, yeah.
I love him.
So yes, I'm doing corpse grinders, and I'm going to name mine after mispronounced Downton Abbey characters.
I love it.
I don't even know where that came from. I think it's genius.
Because I'm an idiot. That's why.
So we're going to be having like Mr. Crawley, Mrs. Crawley,
Yeah,
the Dowager Countess.
So yeah. So these guys that I'm showing on the 360 now, like the big muscly guys will be, the posh people.
Yeah.
The Crawleys.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to pronounce it yet.
Yeah.
I'm split between the Abbey boys or the Crawleys.
Crawleys is good. Crawleys is good.
And then all the little initiates, who are still like really muscular.
Oh yeah.
I'd aspire to have a body like that.
Yeah.
But in comparison, they're just minuscule. They're going to be the help.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mr. Bates.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff.
Mrs. Hughes.
Yes. Yeah.
Mr. Carlson.
Pat Moore.
Yeah.
I'm out of my depth here because I've never watched Down.
It's good. I really enjoy it.
Daisy.
Daisy. Oh, you got to have a Daisy in there.
Yeah. Got to have Daisy in there.
Yeah. This is Pat Moore. Yeah. You got it.
And then as they die, as they probably will, because I'm controlling them.
Yeah.
I will just migrate onto different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because I mean, as we all know through the series, obviously you won't. But
No, unfortunately.
people go, people come.
Yeah, and
People
it's like,
die.
what's going to happen if Mr. Crawley is usurped by his champion or something like that? Someone tries to take over the family home.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be so much drama.
See, when you started talking about that, I thought Crawley would be really, the whole concept of like doing Downton Abbey, but I was thinking Gene Stealer Cult as well, because you can call them the Clawleys. And it's like a whole bunch of genes. And then if you've seen the TV show, that one family member who's like somewhere on the offshoots of the peripherals of society inherits the wealth.
Oh, right.
And I was thinking that in the Gene Stealer Cult world, that's like some inquisitor. Felt like an awful bad. It's just like, I'm just coming down to like inherit my wealth.
So,
what's going on here?
So I rewatched Galaxy Quest recently.
Oh, yes.
And it was just like the historical documents. So I think these guys have intercepted some ancient transmission.
Yeah.
And have modelled their society.
Yeah.
On
whilst hacking up humans
on the class system. Pre-war. Yeah.
Nice.
That was I don't know. You'll be aware of 2000 AD, won't you?
Yeah. Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Well, there was a character in it called Nemesis, who was an alien who led like a resistance force against, basically, it's all unavoidable, was the humans that are 40k and their hatred for all aliens.
Yeah.
And even the planet called Terror and all that, and their leader was Torquemada and all the rest of it. He led like the resistance against them, but Nemesis visits a planet where the aliens in it can shapeshift.
Yeah.
They've all settled on Victorian. The Victorian world.
Oh, nice.
That was really clever.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So it's a similar sort of thing like that.
You say Terror. I mean, Terror is Latin for Earth, right? So you can't really copy.
Yeah, I don't think you can copyright.
No, not.
And Sol, because it's the Sol system.
Yes.
That is our system.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. So I started. So I put the last show we did. I said, pick in the comments which Van Saar Escher, and for a time it was like 50-50. I think Van Saar pipped it, but what I decided to do was paint both, and then I'm going to send some photos and then do a proper poll.
Yeah.
And
see, because after they've been painted, people might change their mind.
Ooh.
So I've got two gangs now. I'm going to be painting the Escher's here. We've got some shown up there. So
this is your second deck.
So this is my second. I mean, I love Esches. They're great. I mean, who doesn't like rock chick Amazon warrior women with lasguns? I mean, I could probably make an army of these and do an Escher at a time.
Well, apparently the internet doesn't, because they want you to play Van Saars instead.
Well, yeah, well, apparently. I mean, I've got both.
Spoil sports.
As I'm the arbitrator of the campaign, I might jump between the two gangs.
Oh, okay.
So it's really more about yours two, and then that could be an element.
So it's one rule for you, and then for the rest of us, that seems a bit classist.
God, I've painted two gangs, and you've only painted one.
That's Downton Abbey already.
You painted your Van Saars before I even got my corpse grinding out the box.
I know. I see the photograph.
All I need is like the idea of a campaign, or just one game, and that's it.
Yeah,
and you're away. I'm away. So yeah, I got my Van Saar gang done, and I wanted to have some dupes, and I've got the set that's got the Architect and the Neotech, the ones that on the hoverboards. I'm not a massive fan of the hoverboards, but I might do one.
Yeah.
But you get 4 in the set, and I was thinking they have pistols, and they kind of look a little bit more slimline in comparison to the other Van Saars. So I decided I'm going to use those as dupes because they look right.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of modelling required. Not modelling, just like the way I've glued them onto the bases, but. So, because normally when you do your dupes for like your gangs, it's hard to tell. Mm-hmm. But like my Esches I do with pistols, like ones that Pat was just showing were normal gangers because they've got like rifles or shotguns. But my dupes I tend to do with like knives and pistols.
Oh yeah.
And I was trying to do the same with the Van Saars, but those Neotech guys looked like to fit the bill. But what I've decided is my gang for the Van Saars are going to be called the Workshop Ghosts, which is an appropriate name. Because they're very spiritual in their tech, and they are in a workshop.
Yeah,
and sometimes they're not there because they're busy out there, so it's it's a bit dead inside the workshop. Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah,
but they're all named after IT references. So my leader's called Archive. Then my plasma gunner is called Firewall. Then I've got one wielding 2 plasma pistols called Overclock. Then I've got like Cash, Byte. RAM in there, so just like weird silly names. Download I think is one of them as well, but yeah I've gone with that vibe.
I've not read up on them yet. What is the background of the Van Saars, because obviously they are very techy.
Oh yeah, so Van Saars are there's a lot of history now with those new books, but in short they deal in a lot of high tech weaponry, so they're very good at doing plasma weapons and melter weapons.
Right,
which they ship off to the Imperium. They haven't quite beat the contracts for las weaponry like the Esches have. The Esches do great, and this is the great thing about Necromunda. You buying las weapons for your gang are more expensive than Esches.
Yeah,
but then other things are cheaper for you than they are for my gang.
Good line in drugs as well.
Oh yeah, the Esches do stims and stuff. So they've got every gang's got like 2 things. Like they deal in one thing, but then they have like a benefit elsewhere. So they deal in like las weaponry. So your las weapons are cheaper, the Esches are, but then they have like stims. And with the new book, you can actually create your own chemicals and drugs. Oh, that's clever. So you like pick from like lists of like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this one, and call it, I don't know,
cool,
Bloodvine or something like that, because you can make up whatever you want and give them names. But yeah, so Van Saars are very tech based. They've not quite got the contracts that the Esches have, but they've got good las weaponry. But the problem is they have a hidden STC that no one else knows about.
Oh.
But they're unprotected, so their body is ridden with radiation. So they wear special suits to try and hold back. They're a bit like Iron Man with his chest thing. These suits try to hold back the radiation, but after a while, there's only so. And although they're always at odds with each gang, Escher still needs Delac for information. They still need... like Van Saar for plasma and melter weaponry, but Van Saar need Esches for all their drugs to hold back the phage that they got the rad phage.
Oh, okay.
So every gang has like, because like Goliaths, which are like the idiots that just like hit everything, smash everything.
Yeah.
They rely on Escher for the stims.
Yeah.
But they fight Escher all the time. But Escher rely on them because they work in the forges.
Okay.
So they can get like
that's
basic alloys and stuff.
So for someone who is probably slightly chaos obsessed and picked the corpse grinders because they just look cool.
Yeah. Less weapons to think about as well, Pat, which is even better.
Fun, brilliant. What do my guys do?
You should say your guys. So corpse grinders, there is the corpse grinders themselves are people that deal with human recycling.
Oh, I think you mentioned this.
Yeah, so they work on the protein farms, and they make corpse starch, which is what
Yeah,
obviously
everybody-
everybody's made of. So
yeah.
everyone's recycled. When they die, they're recycled into the protein farms, and then the corpse grinders
Yeah.
cut them up and do stuff.
So what you're saying is, I really care about the environment.
Yes, yeah. You care about the environment, but unfortunately, because you deal with so much meat and death, chaos, it's an easy foothold for chaos. So a lot of the corpse grinding cults tend to be
Fine.
tainted by the ruinous powers, which I'm going to be writing in why yours are there, why yours are there, and why mine are there.
Perfect.
So yeah, I've got me workshop ghosts, which are the Van Saar, and then I've done Esches now, which are going to be called the Crimson Queens.
Yeah.
Their naming convention is everybody's got red in their name. So the Crimson Queens, the Crimson Queens are led by the Crimson Queen. I know, clever, right?
Oh,
Yeah, she's called Carmine though, so that's it. Then I've got Ruby, and then I've got like Red Sonia, good name.
oh yeah.
I might even stick Durin Red in there, who's a
2018.
yeah. So I'm
Bounty hunter.
Yep.
Bounty hunter.
Oh, I could just have a bounty hunter called Durin Red. That's even better. I might just do that.
Yeah.
Even though she's green, which is weird. Always used to get me. Why is she called Durin Red when she's like green?
Because why was in the comic was she called Durham Red?
I think so.
Because she was a vampire.
Oh right. You see, I only read like one or two, like 2000 AD.
And she did have red. She did have red hair.
Oh, of course, yeah. I suppose that makes sense. I mean, red scorpions are grey and yellow, but have a red symbol, so yeah, so it all
absolutely right.
adds up. But yeah, so I've got two gangs on in the go, and then I'll see which I like the look of. But I think Van Saar's for me, because I've not used them before, and I've really enjoyed painting them because I use your laser face on their green armor as well to give it a bit of a bug carapace effect. So I'm, as much as I'm sold by doing these lasses, I'm looking forward to playing with the with the dudes. I didn't bring any with me. I should have brought some with me. Didn't think to.
How were they put together?
The Van Saars, they were actually quite nice to put together. I quite enjoyed them. I know you were talking about your Delax.
Because at this very moment, I'm trying to glue in a neck. Just a neck.
Yeah.
Not a neck and a head. Just a neck.
Again, no disrespect to any sculptors, but I always found it very weird that all the Necromunda, I don't know if it's just different sculptors and different processes involved, but every kit, apart from the first two, and then later on they become a little bit more sort of like universal, but it's definitely like weird neck joints or arm joints and stuff.
Bizarre.
Didn't quite.
Don't get me wrong. When they're put together, these necks have got some really cool angles. So a lot of the Delac are slightly looking off to a side, and it looks really cool with the high cowl on their jacket.
Yeah.
Put a neck on it. Come on.
I mean, it could be the Goliath, and I think there was an internal sort of, I don't know, quest or competition to see who could make the smallest bit. And the Goliaths have a cigar, not a full cigar, a little stubby cigar that you put into a guy's mouth. But his mouth is like formed in such a way that without it, it looks like...
Oh, right. You have to put it in.
Yeah, you have to put it in. It's tiny. I mean, you clip off, it disappears. Once that's gone, it's gone. So you might as well just get a bit of plastic on and stick it in it. But yeah.
And when it comes to doing that bit, you just phone up and go, have you got any cardiac surgeons free before they go? Could they just go and
glue this in for me, please? Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm really pleased with the Delac. They're lovely.
Yeah.
They're really lovely. And, for when you think, oh, well, it's just bald guys in leather jackets, you think there's not going to be a lot of detail.
What's wrong with that?
That's Peachy driving to.
It's just bold guys in leather jackets. Thanks, Jen.
I meant long leather jackets.
Sure, you didn't say that though, did you?
No, I didn't. No.
Long leather jackets and
back pedal up my own arse.
Jeans up and just over the knee. So
maybe they were exactly the gang for me after all.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Pat, I forgot to ask what colour scheme you think of going for your Downton boys.
Well, the stipulation that we have is we want to try and use some Turbo Dog paint.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got an airbrush recently, and someone in the Discord said, "Oh, Turbo Dog's great. Make sure you run it through an airbrush." So I blasted some over the base.
Nice.
So you might be able to see.
I did see it.
People on camera. From a certain angle, like that kind of looks quite purple and quite nice. But then you pop it down and it just sort of like disappears. So it all depends on.
It's green from this angle now.
Yeah, I mean,
so I might leave it. I might put some fluorescent paint on. They go to the disco.
So those Van Saars that I did, I used the turbo. I know it says best results on black on the bottle.
Yes.
And I applied it to because I sprayed them silver.
Yeah.
And then I used Striking Scorpion all over.
Yeah.
But I sprayed them black and I dry brushed them silver, and I used Striking Scorpion over the top of it. And it was quite nice, but it was quite dull. And then after I'd done all the highlighting and the washing and stuff like that, I got the Turbo Dog and I just painted it over the green, and it catches the light quite nice, so that it gives like that kind of glittered two-tone effect.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes because I put some photos up last night on Instagram of like the gang, and in some shots you can see it. So it was like green to almost like a yellowy glitter effect. But it's one of those things that if you did it on the 360, you'd notice it more.
Yes, definitely.
In a still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I quite like it. I think it's a nice little colour.
Yeah.
To the point that we went to Element Games the other day, didn't we? And
We did.
I brought some luminescent paint as well whilst I was
What
there.
did you think, by the way?
Of Element Games?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I've seen enough Games Workshop toys in my life to not be that overwhelmed by like lots of, but then there was like other stuff there.
Yeah.
But it was the paint.
Yeah.
It was the, I'd never seen so much paint in my life.
Yes.
But
It's yeah. I love how the Citadel paint section is minuscule
It's
in
mad.
comparison.
it's like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Oh, suppose we better put some GW
Yeah.
paint in.
It's like, well, here's 2 racks of Green Stuff World.
Yeah.
Here's all of the AK stuff.
Because I've used some AK now, and I've used some Army Painter, and I've used a bit of Vallejo, but just like these other companies that were there as well.
So all
So Pro
Olive
Grill's
Pro
there.
Acryl was there.
Yeah, I bought black Pro because I love
Yeah.
the white. I'm going to try the black
Yeah,
now as well.
all the Turbo Dog stuff.
Green Stuff World.
Yeah.
All of the weird AK interactive
All the-
textures
Yeah.
and powder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And and my reason for going was to get an airbrush introduction.
Yeah.
Which was really nice of them.
And the staff there were really nice. It's free, so if anyone is close to an Element Games, you should message them and
I thought you paid for it.
ask to have a go. No, I remember asking them about it a while ago, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we just do them all the time."
And I know it sounds like a purposeful segue. It's not, but if you want to try out a whole range of different unusual paint, affiliate link below.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Click it.
Yeah.
Click it.
That's all you need to do. Just click it.
Click it. And Element Games will quite happily send you some. And
Well, you've got to pay for it first.
yeah,
But it helps to support the channel.
and a very, very, very tiny little bit of help
Just
to
send it.
support us as well.
Yeah, it was nice getting in there and just seeing like other stuff. I mean, I wish there'd not loads. I've just obviously just wandered by and never noticed it because I don't normally go that side. It tends to be up towards like the Pit and Pendulum, Salvation, or mainly all pub related, I'm afraid. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
Enjoyed it.
it's a good little shop, to be fair. I'd like to go see their big one.
Oh, in Manchester.
Yeah, Stockport, I think.
Yeah.
Just outside Manchester. Yeah, I'd like to go see
Yeah, nice.
But because they could just be lazy, couldn't they? But they're really not. What they stock really cool stuff that's really useful. You know, they could have just did a bit.
Yeah.
So the thing that threw up like my brain just going, because this is why I was overwhelmed by the paint, right? So I worked in retail and workshop, and doing the paint order was hard work sometimes because you'd have so much stock, you have to go through the stock to see what you had.
Yeah.
And then you'd had like so many spaces for each paint, so it'd be like normally 6 or 8 drops of like Chaos Black or Abaddon Black or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was just Citadel. That shop's got
Yeah.
so many different companies worth of paint.
At least half a dozen.
So I'm not even thinking about like
full ranges.
Yeah.
But my brain went straight to stock take and to stocking up. And I was like, that must be a nightmare just ordering stuff and like stocking up and then doing the stock take. I mean, obviously we've come on a bit now for tech, but yeah, that's where my heart went straight
I
away.
like the way they link things together. Like they do all that paint for the who is it makes it the paint for all of the stuff that colour matches the Star Wars Legion.
Oh, I can't remember now, but yeah.
Oh, Archive X.
Yeah, they do all of that because they sell Star Wars Legion.
Yeah.
It's really well thought out what they go with.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool. And runs GW and about 20% off as well.
Does it?
Yeah, everything's discounted. Yeah. 15, 20%.
Yeah, I was eyeing up the Escher cutters. So if you don't know what the Escher cutters are, they're like the pod racing jet bikes that they have. So
For the ash waste.
for the ash waste,
Yeah,
but
they look really cool.
I think that's going to be like a purchase down the line. So season 1, maybe not season 2. Whenever we get around to doing that, I think we'll be moving into ash waste, or at least like large areas.
Yeah, I'd like to see how it goes.
Oh, do you want me to do a brief rundown of what I plan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Please do, yeah.
This is new. This is all new to me. So I'm
Nice. So normally when you do a campaign, you have like 3 weeks of occupation, a week of downtime, and then 3 weeks of takeover. And a lot of that is just fighting, basically claiming territory, keeping territory, chilling out for a week, getting some more hobby done, and then stealing everyone else's territory. And then during that, you're earning credits and you're recruiting and getting extra gear and stuff. Because we want to do it as like a small, quick fire set of battle reports, I'm going to link 4 games together.
Yeah.
So there's only 4 territories for grabs. And we're going to so you two are going to start off. Now, I'm not sure whether to do a shootout. A shootout's really good fun because you have to literally face off against each other and constantly take checks to see who's going to pull the gun out first.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm in 2 minds whether to do that as the first game.
Less than half of my...
Oh, you'll be there with your knives ready to like charge in with your knives. So your cool check isn't just shooting, it's like...
Okay, cool.
But the idea is, so I asked our patrons, our lovely patrons, for some ideas for names, and one of my favourites, there's a few, but the first mission or the first scenario is going to be called Secret Meats for Secret Meats. And it'll be you and you. So you're trying to find some information about a particular type of flesh or meat cut.
Yeah.
Because being spies, there's something that's going to help with.
Yeah.
I've not quite fleshed out yet.
Hooray.
There's definitely a reason for, because you're all about information, spies and stuff like that. There's something about this particular meat you're trying to track down and what's going off of it.
Yeah.
Being the corpse grinders, you deal in meat all the time.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 representatives that are meeting with an informant about a location where this meat is coming from. And that is where the first game will start, is things go a bit sour within turn 1. So obviously you face off against each other in this secret meet about secret meats. And then after that, once that game's resolved, we'll see who occupies that area. And then the next game will be me against one of you, then me against the next one. So, we're doing a couple of games, getting further and further to this location. The very last game will be the location, and each of us have an agenda as to why we're there. And not other than me, you won't know what Jeff's is, and Jeff won't know what yours is.
Okay.
During the game, there'll be reasons for you to do certain things. There'll be reasons for you to do certain things, and I'll just be there to shoot both of you and cause mayhem.
And then me and Jeff will team up and...
Well, you could do. I mean, you could do that. You could put aside your petty differences and... But it'll be like this world's smallest campaign, which is like 4 games.
Yeah.
But it's got a narrative. It's a short narrative.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm very excited, and I think from like a content point of view, like, so I having worked on Battle Report for GW, I don't think I remember signing up to Warhammer Plus, so I could look at what I'd edited and be like, I made that.
Yeah.
And I remember very vividly, slight tangent, classic.
We always do that.
I remember very vividly, I'd edited this thing and spent ages on it, and I was like, cool, I'm going to click on it on Warhammer Plus. This is so cool. And the Warhammer logo came up, and I was like, I'm so sick of hearing that, and just turned it off.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Is that the ident thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So, like, I think, I don't know if I've ever made it through a full, like, say, Tabletop Tactics, like, 2-hour battle report.
No,
for example.
No, if I make it through any of the battle reports, I make it through Winter's SEO.
Yeah.
I like Winter's ones. I watch them because they're generally, no offense if you're watching Winter's, they're not the most amazing filmed, but the banter and the enjoyment that he has with his guests on there, and the trash talking and the fact that Winter's, to be fair to him, really does make an immersive story as he really goes for it. They're the only ones I watch, and he does a really, really good job of it.
Yeah.
And I think, like I say, it's the guests and it's just the way he tells the story. They're the only ones I really watch for it.
Yeah, I think I predominantly watch Tabletop Tactics because the team there, I think, seem like they're all good mates and they have fun and all that sort of stuff. But I don't necessarily care for as much of the gaming.
I suppose it's horses for courses, isn't it? Because you're going for the narrative, I'll go for the narrative. But if you want to know about the new meta,
Yes.
an army. Then
Oh,
you're
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
watch it for that, aren't you? So,
And interesting, like I really enjoy watching people, regardless of what it is, watching people that are successful, and then seeing why they are successful. And in Tabletop Tactics, I can absolutely see why they've done as well as they have.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. But I think like shorter games,
yeah.
from us, bit of narrative thrown in there, I think it would be so cool.
So I think the game itself will probably take about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to play.
Yeah,
cool.
Now that's edited,
Yeah.
it might even be shorter. But I definitely think it's going to be fast-paced, fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully the story will be engaging enough that you want to watch the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Next time on whatever, the Downton Boys. Have to make our own theme tune up.
I'll
Just to humming it. We're just going to hum our own theme tune.
I'll get one of my guitars out. Let's do a metal cover.
Yeah.
Downton Abbey.
Well, we need like sort of espionage Bond, Downton Abbey mixed with techno for the Van Sars.
Oh,
Yeah. Not got your work cut up there.
I'm just. I take it all back. I'm not doing anything. The guitar's staying.
Yeah. No, but that's the plan. That's the idea. So we'll get some games in, and then I guess during that campaign, the 3 games you'll play, you will probably get some credits and get the opportunity to recruit some people, get some extra bodies.
Yeah.
Because some are going to die. It's going to happen. And I definitely
started them already, lamenting the death of my.
I've definitely given you a free guy. You've got a free
Yeah.
human.
Yeah. Oh, our little.
Yeah. Oh, my guys in.
Oh, I painted mine up on and put it on Instagram, and I put it on Patreon, and a few people have gone, that looks like Hopper from season 4 of Stranger Things. I was like, it's meant to be me, but you're right, it looks like Hopper, so I might just call him Hopper.
My guy, I wonder whether I can find that in.
I did see him around earlier. I think you might have packed him away.
Have a look. I'll just make loads of noise in the middle of the.
But yeah, my method at the moment, Pat, for painting,
Yeah.
which I was saying before the show, and I've done this for most of my Necromunda stuff.
Yes. Guards on the Jaffa cakes.
Guard and the Jaffas. Yeah, so I tend to, other than my Van Sars, which is spray black and then dry brush metals, I spray most of my Necromunda stuff grey.
Yeah.
Dry brush some Rackar flesh, which kind of does the flesh tone, and then I just use like blacks or whatever for like leathers, and then pick out like spot colour. And I've just literally followed the same method here. So when I get around to doing like the Crimson Queens, it is flesh tearers, red thin down for all the leather, and then I'll just pick out brighter leather, armour plates and stuff.
So this is my tracker on screen at the minute.
Nice.
What's he made of?
So he is made from, there was a set that came out which had 12 models in called The Outcast, but that was like a limited run. They now do a box of 4, which is called Hive Scum. So it's from the Hive Scum set, but I have given him a blooded head and blooded, so that's the kill team.
Yeah, I've got
Chaos Traitor Guard guys. So it's an arm. Both the arms and the head are from the blooded, because it had like a chaosy vibe to it.
Yeah.
Because your guys obviously probably tainted.
All about that chaos.
Yeah. So I mean, in the set they're really good. So you get 4 models, and you get a load of arms, but all the arms and heads are interchangeable, so you can mix and match. And if you get multiples, and I was going to say this actually, like it's a really good way of doing like a ragtag guard army.
Yeah.
And I think they're really good if you wanted to do Tanith. They're a really good base for like doing like Verven Hivers and like Tanith guys, because it's just like low key sort of leathery fatigue and the leather armor fatigues.
Yeah. Then and I kept, when I was putting the blooded together, I kept looking at them and thinking they actually would make good standard guards.
Yeah. You can put on some bits off.
They're quite slender, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know.
So yours is the same. Yours is also a
so cool.
Now I'm trying to remember if that is one of the guns that come. The only thing I think I put on there is the shoulder pad. Is a guard shoulder pad that was spare, because you get like the officer ones.
Yeah.
And I think the hooded head is all. I think all of that, other than the shoulder pad and the actual backpack, and maybe the holster, everything else is from the Outcasts, because that's the standard auto gun that comes in the Outcast set.
Looks really cool, man. I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, I thought I'd give him a hood, because you can give hoods to these guys.
Yeah.
And it just felt delacky.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So they've all got a vibe. And my guy, I painted him, so he's got like, his weapon has been gifted by the Van Sars. So if I use him with the Van Sars, it ties in with that.
Oh.
But his loincloth has got like tiger stripe patterns, so it ties in with the Esches. So whichever gang I go with, he's got a tie to both of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
So,
like that.
So yeah, he's wearing a bit of tiger print on his loincloth. Who doesn't want a tiger print loincloth? And
Well, I wear nothing else to bed.
Your missus is a lucky lady.
That's one word for it.
Nice.
So there's a reason she sleeps on the couch a lot.
Yeah, so that's just me putting Flesh Terrors red over the dry brushed grey with Rakoff. So yeah, I've just been playing around with reds, and now I just quite like doing red leather, because all the other Esches had black leather with yellow armour panels. Very classic looking Esches from the box set, and I wanted my Crimson Queens to be red. I keep saying creens. I might just change it to creens. The Crimson Creens.
What goes in the back of the hole on the back of her head? Is that like a big plait or something?
Which one?
On the one that's going around.
Yes, I think I've actually going to turn it into a bun. She's just done it as a little circular bun. But there is a big long piece of hair which I can't find. So it was just
okay.
I've seen it like a really big long plait, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I might find, because I've got like loads of the Daughters of Cain whips, and they're plaited hair from the Daughters of Cain, because the Sisters of Slaughter shave their head.
Oh yeah.
And then they use that hair to then make a whip out of it. So it is plaited hair. So I could do that and put a blade on it, which I can add at a later date. But yeah, I'm going for like pastel hair. I've done one green here. She's Candy, and then over there I think is, I can't remember what name was now, Fuchsia or something like that. But yeah, they're all having like red themed names. Poppy, Fuchsia, Ruby.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running low.
Yeah.
There's only so many red names. That's what I've got.
It's just like Thesaurus.
Well, yeah.
Red.
So I've done an extra champion. So I've got 2 champions in my Esches, and one had a chem throw, but it was so expensive because she's like 130 points, and then the chem throw is like 100 points. So she's like 230 odd points for the. And then I wanted a pistol, so I gave her a las pistol, because if your weapon runs out of ammo, you're screwed. So I gave her a little las pistol. So she was like 235 points for a champion, which took up a massive chunk of my. So it's almost a quarter of my gang.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I normally go for lots of missile weapons, so like las guns, stubbers, chem throws are quite short range. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to be a bit different, because he's got corpse grinders. I'm going close combat, so I've got 2. I've decided to go two bladed champions, so they've both got like.
You're trying to play me at my own.
Yeah, so one's got Berserk, which is called Red Sonja. Good name. I don't know where I got that from.
No.
And then the one, I can't remember what she's called now, but yeah.
They got some very cool looking knives. The Delac.
Oh yeah, yes,
just 2 very, very thin stilettos, as if in the middle.
Yeah.
And
when you're not looking.
You know what's really good, and this is something, because as we over the years of doing this, you'll probably want to do this as well. Like, you might win a game against Jeff, and you might catch one of his guys. You have the option to, he can try and rescue him, or you can sell him off to a guilder. But you could keep the gear, because I'd allow you to do that, and then you can model his style pistols on one of your
guys.
But I mean,
that sounds. Find one of them smart enough to be able to fire a pistol.
I mean, that sounds incredible. But then, does that mean I have to buy a box of Delac?
No, because you get so many spares.
Brilliant!
So you just say, if you got a spare stub pistol or
like, it's even like on this one already. This is the one that this one is the one that I'm making the first one, because you build 10, but it's 2 sprues the same.
Yeah.
But one sprue does one variant for 5, and the other one does another variant for 5. Well, there is already the 2 hands with the the knives.
I gave him that little box of extra weapons as well, extra heads in it.
So I could have one of my insanely muscular chaps be like the butler out of Scary Movie 2, where he's just got a massive muscular arm and then just a tiny hand. And then every time I murder someone, just be like, I use my strong hand.
I forgot all about that kid.
Do you know what's just come to me as well? I don't know whether you've seen it at all, but Apple TV are doing a show at the moment. Season 2's just finished. Slow Horses. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's really cool. It's Gary Oldman, and it's about a team of MI5 rejects who are so in trouble they're not allowed to work in the main building. They have to work in a place called Slough House, but they end up figuring out quite cool, big, intelligence problems.
Oh, nice.
And I've just realised they've all got really quite cool names for.
I should do those.
Yeah, Gary Oldman's character's called Jackson Lamb. I said, I thought one of these is going to be called Jackson now. I want to slow horses run already. If you can get yourself Apple TV for free for 6 months, and if you haven't seen it already, it's worth
They have
slow horses.
what was the show they did where like people's like memories get wiped when they go to work?
Severance.
Yeah,
Good TV
that
show.
was really good.
Yeah, really cool.
Which I definitely watched on Apple TV.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't imagine you would watch it anywhere else.
No, I wouldn't even know how.
Yeah, but they have some good stuff on there actually. To be fair, yeah. So I've just realised that's more names for me gang.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, now that you're saying that, I'm like, oh, I should have named mine after like Firefly characters. I think that's probably one of my favourite TV shows ever.
Fine.
Well, I was thinking at first you could name after meat cuts, like you got Sirloin, who's in charge.
Sirloin, rump, get over here.
And then you got T-Bone. Hey, T-Bone, get over here. And he's got a leather jacket with like a firebird stitched on the back. Well, yeah, T-Bone. I don't know why he's from Greece.
Here I am thinking my idea is going to be funny to name them all after posh people when they're like chaos worshippers. And then I could just be like, yes, Sirloin, what is it? Where is filet mignon? I think
wouldn't want to be sweetmeats though, would you?
Oh, that's like the baby of the group. Here comes Sweetmeats. Stop calling me that.
Yeah. Why, when something goes wrong, is it always you, chorizo? I think I might have to change.
That's fine. I mean,
Lean right into the butcher thing.
Oh.
I mean, initially I think my Van Saars were like German guns, like Luger and like Mauser, and Heckler and then Cock.
Yeah.
Can tell who isn't the popular one in that game.
But
very popular.
But then I just suddenly like I can't remember if it was like Overclock or Firewall, where it was from the hack.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a great name. Overclock is a great name for like someone with like a plasma pistol.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah, because they were constantly overcharging or overclocking it by the Van Saars.
Yeah,
so it's normal for your gang to evolve and change.
Oh, okay.
And it could be that you kill off all your Downton guys and they all become sweetmeats.
Yeah,
of some kind.
Oh, we've quandaried him already.
Yeah, that's the
I thought 2023 was meant to be a good year.
It's going to be complicated for you, bud.
Yeah, very complicated.
First world problems on the painting phase.
Yeah.
Couldn't get much more first world problem.
Yeah.
What do I call my plastic toy soldiers that I've made that have no sort of benefit?
What
to society?
No one cares, but I do.
I tell you what, though, I've been really pleased how much the viewers are really behind the idea of having a Necromunda.
I think, I mean, we talked about it for a while now, so we are going to have to crack on and get it done, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've still got another guard video to work our way through, so I mean, that might be in between it.
Yeah.
Because there's 10 regiments to get through, but we'll
You've got to work
your
way through that, because we've had a comment on somebody who's very much not forgotten that you're meant to be doing them.
Oh, no, neither have we. I'll put all the legwork in.
We have one more commitment to...
Oh, of course we do, yes.
To a video to make this month as well.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm thinking of
keeping that under our...
Well, I was expecting filming probably back end of Jan anyway, because you've got to get painting. Yeah. I mean, I'm my job was to paint toy soldiers, so I know all the shortcuts, right?
Yeah.
And there's a few videos out there on the painting phase, guys, if that might help you speed up.
Could you do a tutorial for painting corpse grinders?
I could personally sit next to you and give you one-to-one tuition.
No, I think what I'm going to do...
Without you having to join Patreon.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is what I did when we did our sort of digital 1v1 on Moonbreaker is get the base coats in and then just be like streaking grind.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't go wrong with blood as well. I mean,
that's my nickname. Where be back.
It's got such a motley laugh as well. I just always think of motley.
That's only come on with old age. It never used to sound like that.
Well, it's just it's like, what is it, Chinese New Year? It's like it changes for animals. Yeah. It's like Jeff's New Year. Well, what menace to society is it going to be? Well, I'm in 2023. I think I'm going to start streaking.
The thing is, though, it's really flashing because streaking involves being naked while running.
Oh,
and I haven't got a run in me. I haven't ran for a while. Maybe be a very quick walk.
It'll be like a hose pipe out of control, wouldn't it, really, as well? It's all over the place. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. What's going on? What is that?
Oh, dear.
And to think, we even had a topic of like behind the scenes at Games Workshop that we could talk about.
Maybe we should say that for the next chat.
I mean,
Literally shot out the sky
I mean, this
like
is,
that reindeer.
Yeah,
Very
we've
good.
we've been recording for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd said nothing of any use.
I don't know.
I don't know. We got mentioned the fact that we had goodies for another raffle, and then it just sort of went downhill after that.
Well, we started talking about Necromunda and streaking, and then all sorts of weird
Jeff
nonsense.
derailed the conversation.
Always, Jeff.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, terrible.
Get out of the class, Savory.
Is that what you say? Because I always want to say Savoy.
Savory.
Savory.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, is it like bouquet and bucket?
Yeah, very much. It literally is. Now, I do when people go, oh, savoury, and I have to go.
Savoury, sorry.
I have to go all sort of. I have to quite pedantic and go, no, it's Savory. Savoury has a U in it. And,
Yeah.
And I remember being. I'm going to have to be careful here because somebody been really annoyed that I've been bringing the military up. But
You were in the military.
I know, but I know. But I remember I ordered a pizza. I ordered a pizza in Canada, and I said to the guy, I said, it's barrack block number whatever, and I said, and it's Savory, and he went, spell that, and I went Savory, and he went savoury, and I went, no, Savory. I said, savoury has a U in it. To which he replied, not over here, it doesn't, buddy.
Of course, yeah. Because colour doesn't. Dollar armour.
I was like, yeah, that's right, savoury's fine, just bring me the pizza.
I always like to pander to our American friends across the pond, because whenever I write armour or colour, I choose to not put the U in. It saves me some time as well.
Yeah.
And it's really ideal for Twitter because it reduces the characters.
Yeah, absolutely right.
And they always appreciate it as well. So, drop that U.
Just have to, accept our differences and work together.
I mean, I'm just going to the English language. This is in my head. It's so weird. Why is Q, as in like the thing you line up for, it got an extra ooey in it?
Got an extra what?
Ooey.
Oh.
Q.
So you might appreciate this, Jeff.
Go on.
Me and Keris were driving to London for our anniversary,
Right.
and we made
I love this.
our own stupid phonetic alphabet.
Oh God, this is going to make me really.
Oh,
cringe.
no, this
Yeah.
should be the topic to go out on, because I was trying to explain this to my wife, and I'm glad you've brought this up because I want her, because she watches all the shows.
Oh,
Thank you, Mrs. Peach. We love you. So please explain your
Right,
phonetic.
because the main before we get started, the main. Oh, see, I'm already.
Chaos will ensue. Chaos will ensue. In fact, I'm just gonna
My arse has already eaten this chair.
sit back and eat a Jaffa and watch your reaction.
Is that they can't rhyme? They can't sound like the other one. Another word.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so long as we've got that sorted.
So yeah, tango, hotel, foxtrot, etc.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you think this is specifically for reading number plates, and I'm gonna go through. So number plates in the UK at least have letters and numbers.
Yeah.
So everything here generally starts with the correct letter, apart from there's a few silly things.
I
So
need the Jaffa cake.
basically, Jeff, all I'm gonna do is just read through the alphabet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's all I'm
I know it goes.
Yeah.
I've got kids.
Okay.
They tell me.
Oh, dear. So, Isle, Delium, Saar, Django, U, 5, Gnome, Hour, Isle, George, Knight, Llanfyrbechan, which is a town in Wales, apparently. But double L is pronounced as a C.
Okay.
Mnemonic, Night, Hour, Pterodactyl,
Something wrong with you two.
Qatar, Right, 6, Tsunami, U, 5, Right, Xylophone, U, 0.
I like how there's like several U's in there as well.
Yeah, so where we could so EWE is U, female sheep, and then the letter U is just U, and then YOU is also U. So you have 3 U's. To Pterodactyl and Tsunami are some of my favourite ones. And we've got 2. F is 5, but then V, we also say is 5 for Roman numerals. So basically, whenever me and my partner are driving, we're like, what does that number plate read? And we're just like, gnome, aisle, 5. And we're like, is that the number 5 or the 2 letters which are 5? And that's how we pass our time.
Yeah.
Ever seen the film Windtalkers?
Yeah.
So imagine if we ever hit like if we get invaded by, I don't know, some dystopian bad guys.
Yeah.
We'll get these two to be in charge of like the spy network, because no one's going to crack that code.
I'd really love to.
Nice is inspired.
Yes, so we've got.
Isle is inspired.
Yeah, we've got 2.
Because you could have had knee as well, couldn't you?
Yeah. So we've got 2 knights. Yeah. We've got 2 hours because we have HOUR and then OUR.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. So I can't wait for somebody to call me up and just be like, oh, Patrick, and they're like, oh, could you spell Patrick? And I'll be like, okay, it's P for pterodactyl, A for isle, T for tsunami, R for right, which makes sense, I for isle, C, what's C? Saar.
Saar.
Yeah.
C for Saar.
And K for night.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean, K could have been Saar as well. Oh no, sorry, T could have been Saar.
Yes, yeah, we could have had 2 Saars, but I think we got carried away with tsunami on that one.
How much giggling to yourself did you do when you were doing that?
Oh, it took us like 2.5 hours to make and test, and then we went back for like version 2 where we tweaked some letters.
God, my drives anywhere now seem really dull after this.
I need to get on my driving game.
Like, oh, what did you do on your? Oh, we made our own secret language.
Me and the wife used to try and like make sentences out of the last 3 letters of a reg.
Yeah.
So like it might say BHT, so we'll be like, oh, big hairy tatties. And you just literally do that all the way. You used to get quite interesting sometimes, the levels of childishness.
A chap I used to know who was a cop. They used to do a thing where him and his partner, when they were driving to an incident or driving to a complaint or something, would settle on a word or an expression that they had to say.
Is this like Super Troopers?
Yeah, that they had to get in.
Yeah.
God.
And he said that he went to somebody's house who was complaining about the noise next door.
Mm.
And my mate said to his partner, "Your word is carpet slippers." And she got in there and she went, "I've got to be honest with you, Mr. Jones." She says, "It doesn't seem like that loud to me. You can't just keep sitting there in your carpet slippers phoning us up for..." And I just thought, that's genius, isn't it?
Nice.
Like I used to work at a climbing wall, and one of the directors, when the company was a bit smaller, they'd pop in like all the time, and the phone rang, and he just said to me, he was like, "You have to get bananas in there," and he's like this big burly like plasterer guy, and I was just like, he usually shouts at me. Okay, I'll give it a go. And managed. I was like, oh, all these rules, it's a bit bananas, and he just creased himself, which was quite good fun.
We used to have a sergeant when I was on tour in Northern Ireland, and he had a very, like the way there's the Cornwall accent.
Mm.
Well, there's like a Northern Irish version of that.
Okay, yeah.
Like that sort of countryside version of it, and he had that voice, he had that accent, but he talked, as they all do in this region, very, very, very quickly, and would say horrendously offensive things to people so quick that they couldn't quite tell if that's what they said. And I was stood behind him. I was his cover man one day when he was doing a vehicle checkpoint, and he just set them up. You just set them up, and cars come through, and he stopped the car, and I'm stood behind him, and he just couldn't be trusted with the general public. It's mental. And I'm stood behind him, sort of keeping an eye out for him, and I looked in the car, and it's a priest. And I was like, oh, no. And he walked over and he went, good morning there, father. And he's like, good morning. He says, can you show us your
Jacker!
please? And he went, sorry. He went, your driving license. Have you got your driving license? I nearly bit my bottom lip off. Stood behind him. I used to just say some of the most horrific things to people, but so quick that they must have drove away going, why did I think he said that? Because that's obviously what he said.
It sounds like card, if you say
So quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was absolutely awful. And that's the only story I could tell about him on air.
Yeah.
As clean as I could get.
Yeah,
That's clean.
Otherwise, it's just going to be heresy.
Yeah, it's the cleanest story I can tell about this man on air. Yeah,
Nice.
oh, he's awful.
I was a bit mean to one of my old managers back in the day in workshop. We were talking about this before we went live. And for a time, we didn't literally play it in meetings, but there was pretty much buzzword bingo because a lot of managers like to use like buzzwords.
Yeah.
Big buzzwords like blue sky thinking, galvanize.
Oh, yeah.
And moving forward. It's like just whatever. And I remember talking to, there's an Italian guy, really lovely, and I was chatting, and he used to like, because the English, he'd obviously been in England a long time, but he used to like finding new words all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so what I was doing was I was like talking about a project, and he was like, yeah, so what I'm going to do is once I've done this, I'm just going to go away and copulate the ideas. And he was like, you are? He was like, yeah, copulate means join together, get the ideas all put together.
I mean, it kind of does.
And he's like, oh. So he wandered off.
So you took couple and basically just expanded it to new
Yeah.
things. She just went for it.
And then I thought not much of it, and we had to walk past the manager's table to get out of the studio to go and get a cup of tea. And I was walking past, and the guy in charge, Ben Fawcett, was sat down. He's always did. I really like Ben. He was really a lovely guy, and he's chatting to Gabriel, and Gabriel's like, yeah. So why don't we just pop into the office and copulate? And like Ben was like, you what? And I'm walking away laughing my head off because I know where this is going, because he's going to come hunting for me later on. Go, what did you tell me? Why did you say that's a word?
And if any perhaps some of our German listeners that like emailing with, if anyone is wondering what copulate means,
we get the English.
Oh, Google didn't say what it was. But yeah. Well, no, I won't say. You can Google.
It means romantic
entanglement.
Yes.
Very well put.
So it's again, as I mentioned, I used to work in a climbing wall, and one of my mates there at the time was from the northeast, and he said he went climbing, rope climbing, and he brought two girls with him that had never climbed before. And generally, if you're on a top rope, you get to the top and you say like safe or something. You say a word, just to acknowledge to your partner that you're ready and you're gonna come back down. And he said another word to these ladies. So they get to the top, and then in a big like thick northeast accent, they're like, "Chord."
Thinking it was like some well-known like climbing expression.
So at the top of their voices in a climbing wall, they're just yelling "chode."
Sorry, dads and mums having to explain what this might be to a child.
Genius.
It's just
Absolute genius.
it's just something that's short and stubby.
Yeah, I actually used, and this is the innocence of Chris Beach coming in, because people don't believe it. I actually used to think that was just like chode was just like chunky bits of meat in like stew.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. Children.
Yes.
Chunky bits of meat and stew.
One of my I'm not a big guy. I've got quite small hands. This might be something funny to go off on. And her nickname for me was Chode Fingers. I just have like really fat fingers. Anyway.
Oh dear.
What a way to end the chat.
So
On a chode. Still don't know what it means. Still don't. If you say it like a year from now, I'll be like, what's that meaning?
No.
It's stew again.
it's best just left like that. So then, should we round down?
Round down.
Yeah.
Always round down.
Round down. So things to remember: we can go back and go and have another.
I like how you don't remember.
I know. I still remember. At this point, my brain just switches off.
Thanks for remember for next week. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
Describe button.
Oh,
hit
yeah.
the like and
Well
describe button. Describe what you're seeing.
We're just descending into chaos.
I think go back to the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Have a look at the handsome prizes again. Think about joining Patreon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have lots of benefits on Patreon. And I like to think our patrons enjoy the chin waggles we have.
Yep.
And the nonsense. And you get to see all this stuff a lot earlier than they do on YouTube.
Yeah. Some videos have been up there for quite a while.
Well, chat shows, I try and have, we film on a Monday.
Yep.
I try and get them up on a Tuesday or a Wednesday and we release the next Monday.
Yeah. So they get a bigger fair run of them, don't they?
We're a bit, with the painting tutorials, we're sort of with like the hack and everything, we're like a bit behind. So
Yeah. We filmed
Sigmar
more,
one,
but we just, like you say, we're behind.
The Sigmar one was up for a couple of days.
Yeah. So, and then obviously one-to-ones with you, Sam.
Yeah, they're coming thick and fast now. So possibly in the new year, we're looking at, because at the moment we do 2-hour sessions, because I feel you get more out of 2 hours.
Yeah.
1 hour's, there's a bit of faff of IT at the start, a bit of goodbye at the end. So you're probably getting like 50, 45 minutes worth of actual tuition, which is why 2 hours are better.
Yeah.
But we're looking at probably doing an hour session.
Yes. Some people have asked, so
Yeah.
see if we can fit them in.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Hit links.
Yeah, all that jazz. Thank you very
Everything's
much.
down there.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, please.
Yeah,
Tell
and-
your mates.
thank you again.
I don't think anyone's made it this far.
No, well, it's, I mean, I'd just like to say thank you for sticking with us.
Never know, we might say Chode again. We weren't hanging around for that.
Oh, well, we would do the flashing phase at the end, don't we?
That's right.
Is that the new thing, though? For the new year,
Yeah,
just flash at the end.
Yeah,
Just
no.
pixelate it out. You don't need many pixels for me.
No. Well,
No, me neither.
I think we should probably stop recording, and then go and copulate.
Get our ideas together. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're gonna plan about like the future of the painting phase. We're gonna copulate. We're gonna do some heavy copulating very
You don't need
soon.
wait to get through it.
Yeah. New words.
And on that,
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye-bye.